Greetings, Doctor Who fans, and here I am with the Trionic Lattice Staff, the crystal, the magic. That's the power of imagination. Anyway, Doctor Who fans, I'm here to review this month's Doctor Who magazine. Let me put the Trionic Lattice somewhere safe. Over here, my friends, over here. There we are. Extemporize. Right. So, Billy Piper on the cover, and it's Doctor Who magazine 6-1 wheat 8. French, not shredded wheat. French. Anyway, Doctor Who fans, whether she is the Doctor or not, it remains to be seen. But I would like it if she was, just because I like Doctor Who to be anybody, anything, and anything. Even the little rose dog, you know. But then again, wouldn't be much conversation with the rose dog, would there? Apart from barking, unless she's from barking, be barking mad. Anyway, we have that magazine, of course, through Russell T. Some recollections of season 1 and 2 with his notes there, plus also a reference to him leaving the fold for a short while he readdresses his or refortifies his plans to do whatever he does, unless somebody else takes over, of course. Someone like from, I don't know, Babylon 5. I watched that back in the 80s. Comedy gold. The Walk Between the Land and the Sea. Again, preludes for that. Now then, what I did like to see was, oh, by the way, shooting out on Barbie dolls. If you like Barbie dolls are quite expensive, aren't they? Even the Jodie Whittaker one, I never got them to, so expensive. Susan Foreman in the comments or letters. There, never got to find out what happened with her, did we really? Would like to have seen a reunion with her somehow. Yes. Again, farewell and oh hello. Like somebody did a great comedy sketch online with Charles Hawtrey, of course. He always used to say, "Oh hello." I used to do it myself in some of these introductions in the past. Oh hello, Doctor Who fans. And that was a lot of a homage to Charles Hawtrey. He was quite funny in doing that. I remember once he walked into a bar, and it was like a Carry On Cowboy, and he shouted out. He said, "Fire!" And everybody ran out the saloon, and he says never fails, and drank all their drinks, of course. And when he was in the prison cell and he got blown out by his sons or something, and of course you saw the imprint of an Indian with the feathers in the ceiling, which is hilarious. Very good though. Okay, we have references to between the shifts with the nurse, of course, Linda Varada Sethu, discussing her character, how much she was based on a lot of it on herself, which is lovely. I like when people base it. A lot of Doctor Who companions seem to base it on their real persona in a way, don't they? I suppose because you've got to do all these things, you've got to react like a normal human being. That's the thing about companions, they always tend to be themselves. I mean, Ben and Polly back in the 60s, same sort of thing, you know, to a degree. Again, we have a review of a Reality War. Again, there's some pictures there of Mel with her curly hair. Doesn't look a lot like Mel actually. It looks like a double there. Anyway, stunt person. Juno Dawson there interviewed about the Eurovision Song Contest. Very interesting. What else? London Comic Con. It's happening in July. Varada Sethu is going to be there, so is Anita Dobson, among others. Sylvester McCoy, John Barrowman, Colin Baker. Yeah, but no Jodie. No. Somebody looked a bit like it then, what's not her? Anyway, Ace Jacket, new stories being released from Sophie Aldred. Her name is not Sophie Aldred anymore, Sophie something else. Anyway, the thing about it is she's releasing a couple of books. I think these books are pretty much the same with different covers, I think. And they invited other celebrities to take part. I think Jodie Whittaker, David Tennant and Peter Capaldi have also contributed to it in some form or another. A novel approach. Again, we're talking about the Target novelizations with some of these new stories. Lux is being released as a Target novel. Very good. I think The Well there is too. I just saw the girl there from. I think that looks like the girl from The Well. Yeah. I like The Well. It's a good story, that. Now, a good sequel to the Midnight character, yeah. Again, I get an homage to Jean Marsh, of course, who played, she played Richard the Lionheart's sister, I think. Yes, and also Sarah Kingdom, of course, aged at the end of that story. And also in Dragonfire, was it? I think so. One of them. Battlefield, sorry. I thought it was, sometimes they all melt together, some of these 80s stories, I always get confused with the Happiness Patrol you see, and I always think of that one. Again, the Pink TARDIS is probably right, but they always get mixed up with the Delta and the Bannerman, Always love it. John Levine, of course, interviewed with his visit to the Ballroom Museum with Bessie. He sits with Bessie. And The Worlds of Wonder, we've been there before, but it's in San Diego this time. Of course, don't forget it's in Peterborough too. There's a Doctor Museum there, so we'll work on there. The Web Planet reviewed. Again, the best story to watch if you want to fall asleep in one sitting, if you watch them all together. But still, just joking, it's a good story. Again, Jodie and Mandip there with Tooth and Paw. Some of these, stories being released on Big Finish. Sarah Jane there. And 60 Years of Stephen Taylor, Peter Purves next issue. Very good. Nice picture. Anyway, Who fans get that if you want to pay $7.99 for the privilege of that one. Well worth the get. And me and the Trionic Lattice and its crystal staff, its amazing capabilities, built from junk in space, I should say, but delicious nonetheless. Take care, Doctor Who fans. Have a good week, and watch out for exciting things in the future.